putting a price on health. Many experts say that's what large pharmaceutical companies are doing by raising prices on life-saving medications.
Now, the companies say the spike is to offset the cost of developing new drugs. But as News 4's Jen Shantz learned today, that's not the case. Jen?
Well, Don and Jackie, recent data shows that research and development is actually just a small part of overall costs for most larger drug companies. Some companies raise prices by more than 2,000% in recent years. So why this massive spike? Well, the numbers point to one thing: a bigger profit. Major pharmaceutical companies often pride themselves on developing new drugs, but the price of pre-existing medications is also climbing.
Recently, the CEO of a company called Turing Pharmaceuticals raised the price on a 62-year-old anti-parasitic drug called pyrimethamine, trade name Daraprim, and they raised the price by 5,500%, or in other words, from $13.50 per pill to $750 per pill.
Daraprim isn't commonly used, but many drug giants are also raising the cost of heavily used drugs like eardrops. Dr. John Crane of UB says it's because they can. While many companies claim higher prices are to offset new drug research, according to a CBS study, most spent little on research and development last year.
One of the things that we have on our side this time is the health insurance companies are on the same side as the patients now.
Sky-high prices for generics is expensive for them too, and sometimes Dr. Crane says they just won't cover them, which leads to excessive out-of-pocket costs for patients. He says the spike began about 5 years ago, and if it continues, he anticipates people will look elsewhere for treatment.
Many of these drugs are much less expensive in Canada than they are here in the U.S. So here in Buffalo, that's one option, that if you have relatives or a doctor, a friend in Canada, you could go there and maybe get these drugs for a much lower price than what we have to pay here.
Now, the CEO of Turing Pharmaceuticals recently announced the cost of that $750 per pill will be brought down, but he didn't say by how much. I reached out to several drug companies in that CBS study and haven't heard back from one. Reporting live in the newsroom, Jen Shantz, News 4 at 6.